However, a good majority of movies that come out, all right, you pretty much know everything you're going to see in the movie by the first 10 or 20 minutes. Now, that's not a story. A story is something that constantly unfolds. I'm not talking about like this quick left turn or a quick right turn or a big surprise. I'm talking about it unfolds.
Malayalam film Echo exactly echoes these words from Quentin Tarantino, and it completely avoids boring, predictable storytelling from the very first shot to offer one of the most gripping movie experiences in recent Indian cinema. The journey, not the destination. This is the opening image of Bahul Ramesh's Echo. It's not just an opening shot, it's a warning. Like a signboard that reads, "Danger ahead," Ramesh is telling us explicitly that what happens, in the end, is secondary. What matters is the how, the journey. Most of you already know the story, that Milati wins. You may have seen ending explanations also. Don't worry, I'm not here to repeat that again. But they all miss one point, and that is what we are discussing in this video. We will decode the cinematic tools, the psychological tactics, and the narrative architecture that Bahul Ramesh uses to play with the audience's mind. This is the real science behind Echo, and by the end of this video, you will understand the most terrifying tool of all, how this film uses your own mind to turn the final lock yourself. Most stories give us a world, then break it. Echo gives us a world that is already broken. The film begins in the middle of things, built not around a character, but around a powerful cinematic technique called negative space, the absence of Kurya-chan. The film's tagline even hints at this. The Infinite Chronicles of Kurya-chan, suggesting the story is about piecing together a man from the hole he left behind. This is a deliberate destabilization technique. It removes our narrative center of gravity and forces our brains into an immediate state of searching for an answer, just like every character in the movie asking, "Where is Kurya-chan?" So to us, every character is not a person, but a potential solution. This film doesn't present a story, it presents a diagnostic test, and the first subject being tested is the viewer's own expectations. And the film rewards us for paying attention, giving us brilliant, subtle clues to their true nature. Notice how Milati never trusts anyone. When Piyush enters the home, she asks him for a sweet, and he replies, "I will get you some next time." She doesn't ask because she wants a sweet. She asks to attract ants to her table to test the food given by Piyush. It's a quiet, masterful moment of show, don't tell, that reveals the depth of her paranoia, born from a lifetime of betrayal. Or consider the mysterious Navy officer. His investigative style and tactical precision strongly suggest he is the very same DYSP mentioned elsewhere in the film, a hidden player with his own vendetta. We, however, have been trained by cinema to spot obvious red herrings. We see a clear suspect, and our genre-savvy brain says, "Nope, can't be him." We feel smart, we feel ahead of the game, and this is exactly what the writer wanted, to make us start guessing early to fall into the trap. Then, Bahul Ramesh doesn't just use a red herring, he builds a false center of gravity. He constructs an entirely different puzzle to absorb our attention. Who is Piyush, actually? And then reveals his mask. This is the second layer. By offering us this manufactured plot reveal, a micro win, the film satisfies our brain's craving for resolution, and in that moment of satisfaction, our defenses drop. We are so focused on the loyal dog, we fail to see the owner. This deliberate slow burn pace is another tool. The editing in the first half forces us to observe, to think, and it's here the film plants its most tragic symbol. Dogs play a huge role in this film, roaming freely but always in their master's control. But why did the director choose dogs? Because no matter how loyal a dog can be, it is ultimately kept in a cage by its master in real life. This is a visual metaphor for the entire film. The characters are all mentally trapped in cages of loyalty, revenge and fear, controlled by an unseen hand.
Protection and restriction, they both look the same.
Protection versus restriction. The genius of Echo lies in this theme and its construction with an engaging narrative. It is built on two tools, the symbolic echo and the structural mirror. Here, the symbolic echo is the bamboo container. It's not just a clue, it is a cinematic echo, a sound from the past that reverberates in the present, connecting two imprisonments in two different timelines with a single object. As the title signifies, the echo is just a reverb of Kurya-chan's past crimes consuming him as karma. Then, the mirror. This is the film's structural balance. Milati's revenge is a perfect structural mirror. When a husband's protection becomes a cage, its reflection is that a wife's care becomes a cage. Back in time, dogs prevented Milati from leaving. Now dogs prevent Kurya-chan from leaving. This is not just plot, this is an architecture of social relevance between two timelines. During World War II, women were under the wings of men, whether for protection or restriction. But now, that dynamic has shifted, reflecting how free-spirited women are in this world. In the final moments, Bahul Ramesh uses his last tool. He traps us in the same psychological state as his character. Look at Manikandan. He has all the information. He sees the whole trap, but he is powerless, paralyzed. This is now our state. We have all the clues. We see the blueprint. And then, the director delivers the final turn of the screw, the sudden increase in the number of dogs, a cold intellectual puzzle delivered after the emotional climax. It leaves us with the two inescapable hypotheses. 1. Kurya-chan is dead, and the dogs guarding his cave have come back. 2. Kurya-chan is alive, and Milathi has gathered them to confront Manikandan. The film ends, but it does not release us. We are still chasing an incomplete answer, and then the director says, "Time's up," imprisoning us within the journey of the question. The main theme, protection, when imposed without choice, becomes restriction, isn't explained loudly with dialogues. You experience it as the story unfolds, making it feel real and deep. The ending doesn't tie up every loose end neatly. It leaves some things open, so you keep thinking about it long after the credits roll. This puzzle box style invites theories and debates. But what actually happens to Manikandan now is another question worth raising. See, Manikandan is the third man in Milathi's life who disguised his control as care, and now he is caught in her web. Whether she kills him, imprisons him in the same way, or forces him into an uneasy coexistence, since he needs her for any hope of reaching Kurya-chan is left unsaid. The cycle feels inescapable and endless, with no clear end in sight. As we can clearly see again, loyalty becomes restriction, and the protector becomes the prisoner. As he promised in the opening image, we had a great journey, but what about the end? That's the point. It was never about the destination. That's the final move in this masterclass of control. It's the question the film forces us to live with. Based on the architecture we've dissected today, give me your final take in the comments. Is Kurya-chan alive? Or, if you like the content, see you in the next breakdown.